General, do you think you've reached your expiry date within SAPS?
It's a painful statement, Honorable James.
It's a question. Do you think you've reached your expiry date with all the toxicity within SAPS, within this department?
You are asking the witness.
Yes.
May you please rephrase it?
Excuse me, Chair?
Rephrase it.
Do you think with everything that is currently happening within the environment that you are meant to serve and protect, you have reached, you said you are overwhelmed with everything that is going on?
I am overwhelmed, but I still believe that I have a contribution to make still, and then given an opportunity by the people of South Africa and the leadership of the country, given an opportunity, I still have time.
Okay. General, yesterday, another shocking revelation was made when you said that over 6,000 dockets within SAPS has gone missing. 6,000 dockets of murder, 6,000 dockets of rape has just gone missing, it's vanished. Of those 6,000 dockets, what percentage of those dockets do we have people, inmates right now? It is costing South Africans 463 Rand per day. You mentioned yesterday that those cases, those people are going to court and back, and they don't know where the dockets are. And this is why I asked, do you think you've reached your expiry date? Can you elaborate on what you told us yesterday with regards to dockets just being missing?
Honorable James, honestly speaking, I wasn't saying they are just missing. I'm saying, as the head of detectives, I have a system that is still open. Dockets are not closed. It is my job to trace those dockets where they are so that the system can be updated. I never said dockets are missing, they are gone, nobody knows where they are. But in what I was trying to demonstrate here was that it shouldn't be that when I said I want to know where the cold cases are so that I can account for them, then the National Commissioner will say, I wanted the cold case murders because of the Senzo Meiwa case, which is unfortunate. But I have cases that are at IPIT, I have cases that are at DPCI, I have cases that are at ORS, and those cases remain open in the system. I don't say they are missing. They are open in the system. Now, my job is to say, bring all those cases, let us update the system, and let us make sure that the system is updated and the performance of the detectives will improve. Whilst on the other hand, I'm recommending that let the DPCI have their own SAP S6 so that they can be audited on their own and account for their own dockets. Let us have IPIT having its own SAP 6 so that it can also account for its own workload. That is what I was meaning, Honorable Member.
General, you clearly said yesterday that the dockets are unaccounted for, and this is why we have cases being remanded repeatedly. That is what you said, but I'm going to accept your response for now. General, what is your definition of an activist?
An activist is a person who is actually an activist is a person who's I'm looking for the right English word, Chair, who is actually no, it's not a difficult word. It's just this word that is disappearing in my mind. But an activist is a person who is actually not lobbying, but standing for a particular rights and then
Championing.
Yeah, maybe it's the right word. Championing for a particular. It can be an activist to fight for the drugs, or it can be for the politics, for politicians, or for whatever. Maybe
environment
movement you want to support.
General, you said you described Mr. Brown Mogotsi as an activist. What is the cause that he stands for?
He's a politician there in Mahike.
A politician for which party?
I think it's the African National Congress.
General, you said that you Googled him despite having access and capacity to properly profile him. Why would you take to Google and not profile him?
I just Googled him to want to know who is this Brown Mogotsi, and I listened to one of his videos. I didn't profile him.
So someone comes to you and tells you that there's a plot against you, you don't profile him as being the head of crime intelligence, you just Google him.
Yeah, just check who it is, and then from there.
So your evidence is that you accepted several calls and correspondence from Brown Mogotsi, each time receiving further information from him without once verifying who he was or identifying where his information originated from.
Can you please repeat, Honorable Member?
In your testimony, General, you said that you know him maybe 5 times less, but you also said that you have accepted several calls and correspondence from Brown Mogotsi, each time receiving further information from him without once verifying who he really was or identifying where his information originated from.
No, I mean, I saw the man is from Northwest, and this is the man that is also on TV. I didn't need to profile him.
Okay. I put it to you that this leaves us with 2 possibilities. Either you were negligent in your duties, or your relationship with Mr. Mogotsi went far beyond what you are telling this committee today. Because you said to us maybe 5 times less. So which is it? Were you negligent, or do you actually have a relationship with Mr. Mogotsi?
If you remember very well, committee members, I said I met Brown twice.
General, you also state that you were here for and I know my colleagues has asked this, what was the grading, the risk grading for the January 8th event in the Western Cape? What was the risk grading as per ADHOC?
It's something that I may not respond accurately, but it was obviously high. So the risk grading, I don't deal with the risk grading, but all I know is that it's a major event, and it being a major event, it warrants that the NAJON should take charge of this type of environment, and that is what happened.
Okay, if you are here to ensure that everything's going off smoothly in terms of compliance and safety, surely you should have access to the ADHOC file.
No, I have access to the ADHOC. I'm part of them. I am part as the ADHOC. We sit at the ADHOC and we monitor the situation.
But you don't know what the risk grading was, because the risk grading will warrant who needs to be there in terms of safety. What I'm trying to get to is the fact that the entire executive, all the senior members within SAPS converged upon the Western Cape during that time, something that is unheard of for any other political party. And you said that this is done for all major events. You said that the same is done. I'm not sure if you said that. Has this ever been done for EFF, DA, MK, or even Action SA? And you also say that it's not the first time that you do this.
Chair, I think that's a political statement that must be attended to. It can be answered by the National Commissioner, perhaps not me.
You are not going to answer that?
No, I think it's a political statement. I don't want to
You
answer.
could tell us, this committee, that you do it every year annually. You all show up because it's a very important event. Now that I pose a question to you, you say you are unable to answer.
I don't say I'm unable to answer per se, but I feel that it's a political statement because I I've had situations where I know that there's deployment made even in all the stadiums because the police are expected to participate in all the stadiums.